Welcome in, everybody, to Football Friday, presented by the West Virginia Lottery. Standing in for Tony Caridi, I'm Jed Drenning here with Coach Dwight Wallace at West Virginia team headquarters in Manhattan, Kansas, as the Mountaineers get to cross swords with a very hot Kansas State football team. Now, Coach, let's break this down. All three phases of the game, we got some stuff to talk about with these Wildcats, right? Let's start with that offense. That offense spearheaded by a battle-tested veteran quarterback, Skylar Thompson. We didn't face him last year, but we have faced him in the past. That knee injury prematurely ended his season a year ago. Now, he's not the running threat that he used to be, but boy, if his passing numbers and his accuracy seem to improve. 71% so far on the year.
Yeah, I think early on, going clear back to last year, running as a threat it was really important. I think defensively, we worried about him running. This year, not so much, but my gosh, he's developed into a great passer. He's got a string of 5 straight games now that are just unbelievable stats. The last couple games even better. So we'll have our hands full with Skylar Thompson.
Yeah, about the only time he's still running the footballs in the red zone, right? But now let's talk about our quarterback. Jarrett Dagey actually has his highest career passer rating, over 161, of any Big 12 team against the Kansas State Wildcats. Made his first career start a couple years ago right here in Manhattan. But the issue is, to get Dagey uncorked, you got to take care of that pass rushing monster they got on the edge. It's the only time I'm going to say it all weekend. I'm going to leave it up to Tony after this. Felix Anyadike Uzama. And this kid leads the nation in sacks, leads the nation in forced fumbles. He's beaten double teams. What can you possibly do to try and keep him out of West Virginia's backfield?
Well, you can't let him know what we're going to do. We've got to stay balanced. We've got to be in the pocket, maybe on early downs. We've got to move the pocket. We've got to get somebody to chip him on the way out into a route. We've got to line up an extra blocker right there to help out. So we really got to work hard, and I'm sure the coaches have done that, to put together a good package to try to keep him honest. We got to run some draws up in there, maybe some traps. So we got to keep him playing everything, not just putting his ears back on 3rd and 10 and rushing that passer. We just got to stay out of 3rd and 10.
Yeah, they call him King Felix. I think he leads the nation not just in sacks, but also in vowels, right? But, you know, you can't play K-State without talking special teams. We've been burnt in this building many times with these big kick returns by these playmakers they got in the transition units. And once again, we got to have a strategy coming in. Maybe the wind's a condition, maybe it's not. But either way, when you come into this building, you got to have a sound plan for special teams.
Yeah, it's amazing. I don't know. It used to be Boston College. We go to Boston College every year. They had a guy, I think he had at least 7 or 8 years eligibility, and he would constantly just run up and down that field. Kansas State's the same way. They always have good special teams, and that's a good indication of good coaching. I think if you've got good special teams, you're probably pretty deep coaching in all 3 phases. Kansas State is. So we'll have to make sure our cover teams are really alert. We've got to do a good job on our protection and prior to covering, and it'll be a challenge.
Okay, last year in Morgantown, one of the big differences in the outcome was the ground game on both sides. West Virginia outrushed the Wildcats 185-41. So can we get Letty Brown uncorked? And can we bottle up Deuce Vaughn? We'll find out soon enough. Our coverage begins at 8:30. Kickoff is set for noon. For Coach Dwight Wallace, this is Jed Drenning, and this has been Football Friday.